In this video, it's day 2 in Jordan. We start in the city of Mosaics with the oldest original map of the Holy Land. We then move on to Mount Nebo, where Moses viewed the Holy Land and is purported to have died there. We have views of the Holy Land and then move on to see the Dead Sea. What a day! Join us. Our first stop was Madaba, Jordan, the city of mosaics, and the early Byzantine church of St. George, home to a floor mosaic that is the oldest surviving original map depiction of the Holy Land, and especially Jerusalem. There's the Dead Sea, the big blue part in the middle.
You can find Jerusalem here.
This is the Egypt part. As you said, that's the Nile. This is the Nile Delta here.
If they want to pray, if it is the time to pray, they will come.
They know the map was created sometime between 542 and 570 because of the buildings that are and aren't on it. One of the buildings was dedicated in 542, but buildings erected after 570 are absent. The map depicts the Holy Land, the area from Lebanon in the north to the Nile Delta in the south, and from the Mediterranean Sea in the west to the eastern desert. There are people on site who can explain the map in further detail if you're there. It's absolutely stunning to see in person and incredible that it still exists. Just left Madaba. We're on our way to Mount Nebo. The scenery is just beautiful. We also stopped by a mosaic school where disabled adults are taught to be artisans. This must be the Mount Nebo dog. Just laying there chilling in the shade. Probably smarter than any of us. And that is Moses' profile, right there. This monument is called the Book of Love, and it is stunning. This was a present from Pope John Paul II for the Jubilee in 2000. So Moses lived here at the end of his life, and they think he died here and was buried here, although they haven't found him. They haven't found bones or anything. But he lived here, 40 years before he died. He died at 120, and that's a monastery,
But
it's been recently redone.
Then they would draw
Byzantine mosaic.
after they draw it, they
Look at that
would
peacock.
start gathering the stones, big stones, then
le culture sono le religioni e le culture sono le stesse. Signori al museo, io di solito quest'illusione, diciamo, questa magia che si trasformò il ha preso anche questo è il simbolo che vediamo su tutte le farmacie.
So this is Moses' stick that turned into a serpent, a snake.
Per la salute e la salvezza.
Hi all, it's V. Welcome to the Holy Land. We are on Mount Nebo, which is where Moses spent his last days, and they're fairly certain that he died and was buried here, but they haven't found him. This stretched out and beyond the Jordan Valley is the Holy Land. You've got Jerusalem, Bethlehem, you've got the Dead Sea, and where the Jordan River used to run into it. And this is where Moses led his people. There's Jericho, Ammon will be that way. It's incredible. You've got so much history just right here in one shot of a camera lens. It's incredible. We're getting ready to go into the church. There's it's a Franciscan order, and the Franciscans still take care of this area today. Thank you so much for joining us. What an incredible day. What an incredible place. Thank you.
Jericho, il sud Betlemme, un po' più a sud rispetto a
So this is where the Jordan River went into the Dead Sea. And the Jordan River is now dried up. But if all around here you can see the Holy Land. There's Bethlehem over this way, give or take. There's Jerusalem, Jericho. This will explain it a bit better than I can, probably.
Betlemme un po' più in là. Sì, sì. Dovevamo fare l'estensione, andare a Gerusalemme.
That's the Dead Sea, and this is the Holy Land. Wow. Such an important place to so many different religions. It's true. This is the olive tree that Pope John Paul II planted. In 2000, Pope John Paul was here, and he planted this olive tree. He actually came here, and it's supposed to bring peace to the people who are on these lands. Oh, beautiful. This is where the monastery was built. And you can still see the ruins. What a beautiful place for a monastery.
Hai capito, c'erano vari.
So there's Moses and his staff. And the Ten Commandments. Oh. And there's the Dead Sea through the window. Look at that gorgeous place. Wow. We've seen temple dogs, temple cats, now it's a church cat, monastery cat, Mount Nebo cat. A nice little museum. And apparently there's a lizard. There was a lizard coming down the wall. Eden got excited, but I don't see him now. 762 AD, Greek. This one's unusual because it's not Greek. It is. They found a Palestino Aramaic inscription. The road of the pilgrims from Jerusalem to Mount Nebo. Okay, well at least the temple or church cat had its eyes open. Look at that passed out in the shade. Oh, sorry. Look at that passed out in the shade. How cute is that? Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to wake you, little buddy. Our next stop was the Dead Sea. It's called the Dead Sea because it is one of the world's saltiest bodies of water with salinity levels of 34%. It's so high that it makes it nearly impossible for any aquatic life to survive in its waters. The best way to get up close to the Dead Sea, or even float in it if you wish, is from a resort or a hotel. We had a day pass at a resort, so we went down to look at it, but we were headed to the desert that night, so we didn't have time to float. If I'm honest, the views of the Dead Sea that we got driving by it and stopping at a turnout are even better than the ones at the resort. It's such a big body of water. It is absolutely stunning. And if you'll notice as we're driving, you can see the salt all around the edges of the Dead Sea. But before we reached the Dead Sea, we had to stop and take a look at some baby camels. How cute are they? We also saw some sheep with a donkey, and I swear there are some hairy goats in there too. So to see the Dead Sea, there are a lot of hotels and resorts. So we're at one of the resorts, and going towards the beach. Beautiful resort. Welcome to the Dead Sea. Wow. It's stunning. Look at the color of it. Thanks so much for watching. I'm on an amazing adventure with cruises in South Africa and a world cruise that has ports in Europe, South America, Australia, New Zealand, and Asia. So click the Travels with V and Steve icon below to subscribe so you don't miss a video.